Queen 10, just decide to limp there. C-bet, pocket deuces, decide to limp jam, but he checks behind. So we're gonna C-bet there. Checking behind works as well, but I like a bet a bit better because basically every hand has 2 overcards against our hand. On the right, we're just going for value on the turn. When he calls on the left, I don't think there's a point in betting the turn. Can definitely have a lot of pairs. A lot of 9x. So I have to check down. On the right, I think we limp call. Yeah, we limp called. King Jack suited. Works pretty well. Queen 7 off, you raise fold on the left. Pocket tens for 7 big blinds, yeah, we just jam it in. Check 7 off, we flat, and not much we can do on a king queen 3 monotone board. When it checks behind, we'll hit a gut shot, and our range is pretty strong here in comparison to his checking behind range. So I'm just gonna bet twice here with my gut shot, and the 8 is a good enough card for that. Like, we have tons of flushes and 2 pairs and straights, so with our gut shot we're really at the top of our air range together with like 1 card flush draws. So like 1 card flush draws and gut shots, basically busted draws. I'm always gonna bluff there 100%. As I'm betting tons of value as well. K9 suited, also limping. With 2 pair, just gonna do a min bet. Checking behind isn't the worst plan, but his range is pretty weak comparison to our limping range there. So I also wanna bet all my value there. So I'm just gonna bet my entire range basically. And obviously continue on the turn. We do get a fold. Five, 7, it's strong enough to jam there. Jack 9 offsuit on the left, I think you can raise or check behind. Definitely mix it up, not always raise it. I'm just gonna do a small c-bet, hit our gut shot, so we continue there. Have a lot of strong hands here as well, and we should jam on the 3. Like we have lots of of two pairs there, strong king X, even hands like queen 10, queen jack, we jam there for value. So I really don't like my jam here, probably just checking it out. Yeah, it should definitely be a jam. Playing a small c-bet with jack 4. Not the greatest turn, but also not the worst turn. Like you could barrel, wouldn't be the worst. But I decided to check there. For 3 offsuit, decide to limp on the right, hit our pair, just gonna do small c-bet. 7-4, we raise on the left. On the right, probably just gonna try to get to showdown. There's no point in betting. Yeah, no idea why I bet there. I think we value turn ourselves most of the time. The full house on the left, just gonna keep going for value to get a fold. On the right of king 6, probably a board where we wanna have a pretty wide check raising range, as our range is much stronger than his range in that spot. So king 6 definitely works. Not much we can do with queen 6 against a non and 3-bet. On the left, we see that on jack 9-4 board for 16 big blinds. I don't like it too much. His range is pretty strong on such a board. On the other hand, he always has 2 overcards when he with something like queen 8. So we just give him free equity there if we check behind, but overall I think a check behind here works better for our range, because we can't really do anything against a check raise. Here on the 6 definitely should just give up when he calls there. Same situation as the last hand with bottom pair, we just value down ourselves most of the time and it really destroys our range. When we bet there, basically we have to bet our entire range then, because if we check behind we always have air. So I think that's a really bad bet. So watch out for those spots and don't do it. Check 6 on the right, we just fold. 6-5 not strong enough to call an open jam. Check 8, just get in for 8 big blinds. King 5, we flat. King high, backdoor flush, backdoor straight. Should be strong enough to check call. Which we do. Hit a pretty good card on the turn, so we can check call again. River, yeah, not the worst, not the best river. When he jams there against a bad reg, I would definitely snap there, because the population tendency is to not being able to value bet really thinly. So here a lot of people wouldn't jam, for example, a hand like Jack-9 or 10-9, which they should, otherwise you can call just a hand like that. But against Jungleman I expect him to obviously be pretty balanced in that spot, and his range is much more stronger than our range in that spot. So I don't think we can call there with a pair of 5s. If the 5 wouldn't be a flush completing card, I think it's a bit different, but with the flush in the turn I don't think we can call on the river there.